Okay, and we're back. You want them on rebel suppression? We still have double-digit rebellion potential up in the north. Okay. Once those cores are complete, we won't have to worry about that so much. Coring will be complete about the same time, or just a little bit before the annexation is done, which should be pretty close to us pushing at least 2 stability. Okay, we've got more spices in the Adamas. That's always good. I like spices. Well, need to finish farming Hindustan first. That's our first goal. After that, we will take a look at what is available. I don't even know what our current mission is. What's our mission? Cultural change, which won't matter once we form Hindustan anyway. So I'm not going to worry about that. It should give us a new and interesting set of missions, I would think. Our manpower is what's our max manpower? Maximum is 20,000, so we are at max right now. I guess we could throw a base level fort up in the islands, but a couple marketplaces, docks. We don't have still a ton of armories to build too. Now let's throw 2 more marketplaces. Where's Champa? Oh, way over there. Okay. Oh, good point. We never did core that, did we? I'm not going to worry about it until we get our Hindustan formed. Good point. I had forgotten about that. That was right at the end of the session, I think. Okay. When the crown could not or would not pay the cash to the nobles, they would instead grant them privilege to collect special revenues from which they could make a healthy profit. Lose 10 legitimacy. Gain a 10% national tax modifier for 5 years, or gain 20 legitimacy and have a opinion change of -20. I don't think we need to worry about their opinion at this point. They're almost completely annexed. Okay, can we push a stability yet? We need 110. Overextension's making it a little bit higher of a cost. So we'll wait until those cores are done. Down to 10% on the Let's see what's happening with our neighbors. Orissa is not at war with anybody. We have one ally in Kathiawar, the ones that kept pushing us for an alliance. Malwa is currently at war against Persia, protecting Baluchistan, I guess. Delhi and Jaunpur are allies. Jaunpur is actually at war with Persia as well. Lach and Kachar have peaced out. Full annexation. Kachar grows. Which one's Kachar? This one over here. Well, so much for our alliance and royal marriage. They just disappeared off the map. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on the claims until we form Hindustan, because I think that gives us claims on just about all of northern India at that point. Cut down? Okay. You're talking about send an insult to them? For now. We certainly can... the natives are starting to revolt in the island. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, that would be a... send insult. Better consult with your military brethren and make sure they're ready to fight if Malwa takes umbrage. They have a 14,000 man standing army, 13,000 manpower reserve, so they're not all that. Yep, that's it, and boosting our stability to 3. This is probably, out of the 3 long-term playthroughs, this is probably the most coordinated I've seen the India area, i.e. just a couple major factions. I know in one, Vijay had, in the Naples save, Vijay had actually gotten a ton of the territory. They never did form Hindustan, but they owned most of the territory, and then they completely disappeared by the end of the game. Okay, the scholar Yastirith is acclaimed as one of the 3 spiritual lights or Munatrayam of the Devati Vendata. Even his opponents admired his clear understanding and exposition of all his opposing schools of thought. A master at debate and dialogue and logic and philosophy, Saratirtha had a great influence over the Vijayanagar Empire under the Sri, whoever he is, reign. The king had the greatest regard and respect for Tirtha. Regarded the scholar as nothing less than his Kula Devata and Guru. Famous works include the Nyaratam, the Nectar of Logic, the Dance of Logic, and the Moonbeams of Commentary. What the heck? Man is vital to our empire. Gain a skill 2 philosopher or gain 50 administrative power. I think we can't afford a level 2 leader, and 50 administrative power is too beneficial to turn down at this point. So we're going to do that. Yeah, and that's another reason I try to keep our treasury up at 100 or so for those mercenary hires. There we go. Lose 10 legitimacy, but we have integrated Malwar. alliance from Kawthar. Okay, now they're actually in a position where that might not be a bad thing. We have only 2 of 4 diplo relations, so we can certainly afford another relation. They were down to 1 province, and they successfully fought back the Sind and Malawa and regained 2 of their provinces. Their current diplomatic status, they are allied with Orissa, rivals of the Sind and Baluchistan. So that would be our only potential war, would be against one of those. Probably not. They don't like us. Maybe after the insult is gone, but I mean, we're allied to one of their rivals. We have CBs against each other. Border friction minus 78. They're never going to like us. Well, yeah, probably didn't, but again, they were never going to like us. I mean, border friction and allied to rival alone is a 100-point hit. So, same thing, Orissa. That won't happen with them either. So, let you think about Kathiawar for a minute. That I'm not too worried about. Again, any war that they called us to isn't going to affect us greatly one way or the other. We either support them or not. I mean, we can accept the war and peace out without costing us anything. Sind and Baluchistan together aren't much of a threat. What else do we have? An alliance from Kachur. Now that would be a better alliance potentially. Again, they're bordering on Orissa. Their rivals are the Sind and Baluchistan. Really? Oh, no, let's select the right country. Their rivals are Orissa, Shan, and Tibet. We don't have the capability of landing in Africa yet. And I welcome the channel making suggestions, but the 3 chosen advisors are the ones who are making the decisions, by the way. Like I said, welcoming your suggestions, and the advisors will certainly potentially listen to you. Okay. No, they're not Muslim. They're Hindu. But we have 2 potential alliance offers on the table. Yeah. Quest for the New World will be our next pickup. We're still a couple 100 points shy of being able to do that. They might have started further out. They certainly did start further out. They lost some of their territories, and they certainly might have started more in the Hindu region. Kachar is the other one that has offered us an alliance. They're a rival of Orissa, which would blend well with our current area, as well as Tibet and Shan. Okay, so we'll take that one. That gives us a pretty strong northern alliance here. Kachar, Jaunpur, and Delhi are now all allies. So we've got a pretty strong northern border. Okay, what about Kathiawar? I'm ambivalent. Whichever way you want to lean with that. They're not. Neither of those alliances are going to cause us any military issues. Like I said, even if they call us to arms, we can accept and peace out. We're certainly not in danger of being invaded by any of their potential enemies. Okay, we will decline that then. Oh, and we picked up 4,000 troops in that integration, by the way. And they appear to be upgrading right now to our particular unit types. Yeah, we had just finished that integration process. Waiting for the cores. Once these cores are done, then and our overextension is done, then we'll push all of our stability all at once. Right now, with the overextension, it's costing us extra points in that stab boost. We don't need to make it right now. We can wait till the overextension is done. We're at 20.4. So right now we're just waiting for the core completion. In the meantime, our colony's 26 is 60% complete. Our second colony. Military, we're about ready to push our next military tech. Royal marriage from Kachar. That sounds like a no-brainer. Since we just allied with them, doesn't cost us a diplomatic relation point. Did they just... No, they did not have a disputed succession. It was their eastern neighbor that did, Shan. I think this evening, probably a couple hours from now maybe, I'm going to go ahead and do the CK2 giveaway. I expect to pick up a few more viewers here in that period of time, so get about 10 viewers in channel. We'll do a copy CK2 copy giveaway. Okay, there we go. There is our military tech. Giving us just some actual tactical advantages. Fire width and tactic bonus. No new unit types. Yep. 3 points of stability. We're in the process of finishing cores on the Bashtar territories that we just took. Once those are cored, our overextension is gone. That will reduce our stability cost boost cost. We should be able to push at least 2 of them right away and be pretty close to being able to push that 3rd stability point. And that's it for Hindustan. Have a legitimacy gain, although prestige loss, that's fine. Manpower is maxed out at 22,000. Last couple marketplaces up. At least until the coring is done. I presume we can still throw one up here in the island as well. Oh wait, it's not cored yet, that's right. We gotta wait till we get our Hindustan farm to core that one. East Barat is going twice. It must be because that was our claim. Must be why it's forming twice, coring twice as fast. Man, they've got a pretty nice leader over here. We need some of his genes. What did our air look like? 412, not bad. Not a bad air at all. Heavy in the administrative, which is something I never did get in my Naples. I think I had one heavy middle to heavy administrative advisor and or monarch in my Naples save. We have a fleet consisting of 0 ships. Okay, that must have been the Malabar trade fleet. It's a 0 ship fleet, however. Let's see if we can get rid of that. There we go. That 0 ship fleet was confusing me. Hey, look at them go. I didn't even have to send them. Not much. Not much at all. Just taking a look at some things. Our coring is 3/4 of the way done for one of our territories, only 1/3 in the other two. We inherited a 0 ship trade fleet from Malabar when we annexed them to go with the 4,000 troops. Speaking of which, what's our manpower look like now? We're slightly over our force limit. That will change once we finish the coring process, I do believe. I'm not worried if we're, 1 or 2 units over our force limit while we deal with things. We threw our last 3 marketplaces out for the Cord provinces anyway. We did get our next military tech. I don't know if you and AFK before or after that. No new unit types. Champa, Lana, and Shan. Champa, Lana, and Shan all have disputed successions. Really? I was gonna go deal with them? Where are you going? You're going the wrong way. You have to get all the way to headquarters to find out that there's rebels in the north again. Religion is pretty integrated at this point still. Unless and until we take some of these lands belonging to Malawar. I don't have anything to worry about. Shan have left the military coalition against Ming. Okay, no big deal. Jaunpur accepted peace with Persia. White peace. 562 from Shan. And that gets rid of their disputed succession, I presume. No, it does not. Sindh entered a military alliance with Jaunpur. So, interesting network of alliances going on in the north now. The bourgeoisie class has grown increasingly resentful of the power of the noble families, and particularly their lack of opportunities in the higher ranks of government. Their only route to power is to marry into poor but well-titled noble families or pry open positions in government circles. Ugh. Well, we don't want to lose the administrative power at this point. We're going to have to bite it in the diplomatic power. Grant the bastards privileges that we could revoke later, I guess. We still need 400 Diplo points for quest. Delhi declared new war on Sindh. Okay, that's going to be an interesting determination of how these alliances fall. Because Sindh just allied Jaunpur. Jaunpur and Delhi were allied. Delhi and us were allied. Jaunpur and us were allied. Delhi is calling us to war. Sindh, Hejaz, and Jaunpur. Again, this is what we were talking about earlier. I have no problem accepting this war call. There's very little chance of any war heading our way. The only thing I'd be concerned about is making sure our fleet is able to handle what little the Sindh has. I can turn down the effects, yes. Okay, have to let me know how that goes. So this will be a decision for the military and administrative advisor. Delhi is in a calling us to arms in the conflict they started against the Sindh. Potential enemies are the Sindh, Jaunpur, and somebody that we cannot see out here, Hejaz, are off the map at this point, so blockade, we can certainly do that. They don't have, they certainly didn't have any heavies, and we certainly have some lights we could throw up that way. Transports as well. Transports aren't doing anything. Said I don't see any reason really to take a prestige hit at this point. We can always again, there's no guarantee Jaunpur is going to join that war. Yeah, they're off the map right now. I doubt we'll even